You're listening to
KRSP, the KRSP.
Well, good evening, everybody. It's KRSP Doritos, and welcome to our Christmas Eve extravaganza. Show. Hi, KRSP Doritos, right here on the KRSP, taking you through another cold Christmas Eve. And that was saxophone and guitar, a group called Krampus Augustus, right here in the Quad Cities. Anyways, like that tune and thought it'd be a great kickoff to tonight's show, which is called Yule of the Uke, and we're celebrating the ukulele. Often thought of as a novelty instrument, but actually revered now as a legitimate instrument. Anyways, got some great selections for you on this Christmas Eve, and sit back and enjoy. Here is one of my favorite groups, K&G. That's the stuff. Yeah, that was K&G's offering of, it came upon a midnight clear, kind of an up-tempo. I like that. Well, here's another selection from them, and it's from one of their albums. I think it's called Eclectic Christmas. It's called Chris Misty Tree, and I love how they mash songs together and make them into this wonderful salad of goodness. I figured out with that ending. It's come, Mr. Tallyman, and tally my bananas. That pretty much sums up K&G's wacky kind of mashup of goofiness. I just adore those guys. They always bring a smile to my face, and when they recorded here a long time ago, they left a demo, and it was during the Garrow years when Gary was sidelining as Garrow, and he wore a mustache and the whole thing. But this is a demo, so it's really raw. But I think you're going to like this. This is called Garrow Frosty Uke. At least that's the working title. This was a demo. They didn't have a good ending for it, it sounds like. And it just kind of goes on and on. But I love K&G's rhythmic syncopation and exploring kind of ways to attack Christmas music with the ukulele. You're listening to KRSP Doritos' Yule of the Uke right here on the KRSP.
KRSP, the KRSP.
Oh, crap. Normally I I play commercials at this time, but I didn't have anything loaded in the cartridges. So let's just keep going with the show. What I do have loaded here is a cassette tape of the time when K&G actually came to the studio to promote their new CD, and I interviewed them, and it was quite interesting. And so I want to share this piece with you. It's an old, I don't even know how many years old it is, but it is fun to look back at the progression of K&G, and so here it is. This is an interview back in I don't even remember. My guest, the artist effectively branded as K&G, with me here in the studio. It's great to have you guys.
Oh, thank you, Chris.
Thanks for having us.
You know, I'm intrigued by this cut on your new CD.
Which one?
It's called Wave in the Cement Pond.
Oh, yeah.
How did you come up with the inspiration for this?
Yeah, Wave in the Cement Pond. We
Cement.
had the distinction of
Right.
being asked to play the grand closing of, what was it, Kevin?
It was the TV
It was
museum.
the Television Museum in
Right.
Apricot Springs.
Oh, Apricot Springs. That's outside of the Quad Cities.
Yeah, by the fairgrounds.
Off the 197, I
Right.
think, right?
That sounds about right. We were driven there in a car with blacked out windows that were bulletproof.
We were big back then.
And we were setting up for the gig, and we were so enraptured by the surroundings, an environment just filled with old posters.
Like Farrah Fawcett.
Yeah, and props. from the golden age of television, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, when all the great sitcoms were in full swing. We loved the themes for those programs, and we designed this piece around those themes.
Yeah.
Well, let's listen to Wave in the Cement Pond.
1, 2, 1, Listen now to my story about a man named Jed. He was a poor mountaineer. He barely kept his family fed. But then one day while shooting for food, up through the ground came a bubbling crude. Oil dance. First thing you know, old Jed becomes a millionaire. The kinfolk said, "Hey Jed, you better move away from here." Said California is the place you ought to be. Load the truck and move to Beverly Hills. Just sit right back and hear a tale of a fateful trip. It started from this tropic port aboard this tiny ship. And now it's time to say goodbye to Jed and Kin. Goodbye, Jed. But they would like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in. You're all invited back next week to this locality, and we've been helping hospitality. That's nice.
Wow, that really tickles my nostalgia bone. Well, the artists who signed their names, Kevin and Gary, would often visit me wherever I was broadcasting, and those visits were always full of wacky fun. I look back on them fondly, And they visited me one time when I was with the radio station called the Kunj. And I have that right here. I want to play it for you right now. Quite fun.
WKNG, the Kunj.
Yogurt,
Electrolytes,
Basketball,
chess, geology, things you can fit in your pocket,
life rafts,
plant-based luncheon meats,
fortune tellers,
evaporative cooling systems,
gaff tape.
Wow, that's some of mine too, I guess. Well, have you always wanted to be musicians?
You know, ever since I got my first ukulele, my father gave it to me. It was left over on a flight, like a
remember that
United
story.
flight. Yeah, and he gave it to me, and it was Christmas time, and I learned my first song, Jingle Bells, and I kind of think that Christmas music and ukulele, they go together. That's just
No
what they
question,
do. Yeah, and Gary and I have really become ambassadors of Christmas music, as well as honoring the ukulele in our music. And we like to incorporate as much Christmas in each recording that we do, and I think I think we've done that.
Chris, to your question about whether or not we always wanted to be musicians, I think that I first recognized the power of music when I watched, I guess it would have been a VHS tape back then, the concert Simon and Garfunkel live in Central Park.
Oh, yeah.
It was magical, and I just saw the impact that music could have on people and how it could bring folks together.
Yeah, it was bitchin'. Well, here is Kevin and Garfunkel. We three kings of Scarborough Fair, frankincense, rosemary, and myrrh. I am a rock, I am just a poor boy. Cecilia, you're breaking my heart. Mama, don't take my swaddling clothes. Darkness may contain my coat, a crashing through the snow slips, gliding away. Field and fountain, moor and schoolyard, there you'll find me and Julio.
We're just three guys with all these presents for the child. Got catalogs, but then when ordering went wild. Our backs are breaking and I've got a hernia. There must be 50 gifts for our Messiah. 50 gifts for our Messiah. Well, this stuff's overpriced, Christ. Won't fit in the manger, stranger. I think it's a scam, lamb. I ain't nobody's fool. So let's load up your Hummer, drummer, 'cause this trip is a bummer. You can hop on my dromedary, Mary, and just leave me your mule. Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus. All I want for Christmas, my true love gave to me. Oh, come all ye faithful silver bells, what child is this? And here's to you, Mary Magdalene. Jesus says, slow down, you move too fast. Make the morning last. God bless you, please, Mary Magdalene. They tell me it all happens at the zoo. Woo, woo, woo. Woo, woo, woo. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, 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 ho. He will melt your heart like a man made of frozen water. He will melt your Frosty the Snowman.
Well, that's classic K&G for you. Certainly enjoyed that. I hope you did too. Well, my time's up. And on this Christmas Eve, I had a great time. I hope you did too. I'm Chris Doritos, wishing you all a very merry, merry, merry Christmas. And a Happy New Year, of course.